Are the Miami Dolphins for real? Are they going to the Super Bowl? Or are they just simply going to make the playoffs? But right now, they're considered to be the #1 team in the AFC. So let's talk about it. If I told you that Josh Allen threw for 400 yards with 2 touchdowns, rushed for 47 yards, and the Bills had a time of possession of 41 minutes against the Miami Dolphins 19 minutes, and I tell you that they still lost. How is that possible? Both of these teams were undefeated at 2-0 heading into week 3, a battle of the Titans, a battle of division rivals, a battle to be the #1 team in the AFC, the #1 team in the division, and who was going to be on top. The Buffalo Bills were projected to beat the Dolphins by more than 4 points, but the final score ended up being 21-19, with the winners being the Dolphins. So what actually did happen here? The Buffalo Bills had 5 main starters in their defense that were actually rolled out before the game. So the defense of the Bills were actually depleted. It's easy pickings for Tua, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle. But that's not actually that happened, because Tua didn't throw as much like he did last week. Tyreek Hill got locked up, and Jalen Waddle only got just a little bit over 100 yards. Both teams started the second half with 14 points apiece, and there was a huge scary moment where Tua almost got knocked out the game entirely. So he actually did hit his head, and it actually did look like he had a concussion, but ended up being just back spasms and an ankle injury. Started the third quarter, the Miami Dolphins and Tua came back in and started making plays. Offensively, the Miami Dolphins didn't do much. Tua threw for less than 190 yards, didn't perform like he did last week against the Ravens. So if I would have told you the stats of the Miami Dolphins only having a time of possession of 19 minutes, you would have thought the Bills blew them out. 55-6, maybe, right? No. The Bills made a lot of silly mistakes. They were on the field for 41 minutes. The defense of Miami Dolphins was tired, hands on their hips. But at the same time, the offense for the Bills were also tired. Maybe the Bills were not used to the heat of the Miami football field. A lot of players started cramping up on both sides, not just the Bills, but the Dolphins side as well. A lot of O linemen, a lot of D linemen, they started cramping up even at the very end of the game. And it was very exciting to see these top 2 teams actually clash. It was a quick chess match. The Buffalo Bills converted more than 60% of their third down conversions, and they just kept staying on the field. Tua, on the other hand, and the Miami Dolphins, every time they got the ball, it was always a quick 3 and out. And at the very last moments, they made plays happen. 2 huge catches from Jalen Waddle, a huge 3rd and 22 conversion Tua to Jalen Waddle, and it was a huge setup for Chase Edmonds to score the game-winning touchdown with a minute and a half left into the game. Now, the Bills did have a chance, and they did take it from the 25-yard line all the way up to the 3rd-yard line of the Miami Dolphins side. The Dolphins had a chance to win and seal the game with less than a minute left. It was 4th down, and honestly, guys, Stephon Diggs was wide open on the right side of the field, but Josh Allen had a lot of pressure on his face. I don't know if the ball slipped, but the ball did not even reach the 1-yard line and it hit the floor. Miami Dolphins took over possessions with on the 4th-yard line on their side. Now here's where things start to get interesting, because if they get 1 first down or 2 first downs, the game is over. But no, they had a quick 3 and outs. They were punting, and this is where the infamous butt punt actually came to play. They actually punted the ball less than 10 yards, guys. That's not enough space for a punter to kick the ball. A lot of cluster was in the middle. He punted the ball, hit his own teammate, and it was a safety for the Dolphins. 2 more points for the Bills. Now the score is 19-21 at this very moment with less than a minute left. So the Bills are going to get the ball back. Now here's where things start to get very interesting. The Bills had no timeouts, and the Dolphins defense was on the field for around 38 minutes around the time. And guys, here's where the Dolphins defense and the Dolphins audience and the Dolphins crowd actually started to come into place. Josh Allen threw a lot of quick plays trying to get to the field goal range. At the very last 10 seconds, Josh Allen threw straight to the middle to McKenzie, caught the ball, and he tried to go out of bounds to stop the clock. They're in field goal range, but they couldn't do it. He stayed in bounds, they rushed to the line, and clock just simply ran out of time, and the Dolphins won this game 21-19. Now, will this happen again when they meet later on around December? I honestly think the Dolphins looked out on this one. I honestly feel like next time they play, the Bills are going to come back for revenge, and they're going to smack them very good. Mind you, I am a Dolphins fan. This game was very exciting to watch. but it was a lot of mistakes for the Dolphins side. The defense for the Bills were depleted. They should have scored more points. That should have happened. Now, what is this going to be for both sides? The Bills are going to recover, recuperate, and they will play next week. The same thing for the Dolphins. They have a short week. They will play the Bengals on Thursday night. Now, can Tua be ready for that? Can Tua be ready for the pressure? He is somewhat injured, right? His lower back or his ankle, or so they say. Can he play? Can he continue? This play of 180 yards in a game versus a division rival cannot happen again. They will be playing against the Bills. The defense is not as good. The Bills have a top 2 defense in the NFL right now, even after this loss. They are still a top 5 team in the NFL overall, whether they did get this loss to the Dolphins or not. They are the second top team in the AFC, and they will continue to be the top teams throughout the rest of the season. Now, when they meet again, what will happen? Josh Allen will be more aggressive. He will run more. He will pass more. The defense of the Bills will be more aggressive, and Tua, and quite honestly, guys, he will probably do less than what he did today. Josh Allen will score more touchdowns, and he will forget about the third down conversions. They will throw more shots down the field. The Dolphins defense did a great job containing Stephon Diggs inside the bubble, not allowing big plays, and not allowing the running game to actually be a factor. This running game for the Bills was non-existent until Zach Moss brushed out for a 43-yard play, and that was the biggest run for the Bills and the Dolphins in the entire game. The running game for both teams was non-existent. 2 touchdowns from Chase Edmonds, but they were both less than 4 yards. Am I going to sit here and tell you the Dolphins are going to go to the Super Bowl? They are one of the undefeated teams in the NFL. Are they going to the playoffs? I do believe they will go to the playoffs. But will they go to the Super Bowl? The Kansas City Chiefs just lost. The Bills just lost. But does that mean the Dolphins will go to the Super Bowl? Let me know down in the comment section, because even though I am a Miami fan and I am a Miami native, I honestly think the high ceiling for the season will probably be just playoffs and probably get eliminated in the second round. I don't see them passing the Chiefs, and I don't see them passing the Bills in the playoffs. But let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts about this past game? Was it just a fluke, or they should have smacked the Bills a little bit more? This game was clearly not a pretty game. Mostly defense, right? The first half was very exciting. There was both 14-14. The second half was a different story. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comment section. Guys, if you like content like this, please let me know. I do make content every other day. I'm trying to do it every day just to make sure you guys are more up to date with what's going on in the NFL, what's going on with sports, trying to be live, trying to be doing this and that. And each and every game that's very hyped up, I will be live streaming it. For example, I just live streamed the Bills-Dolphins game. I'll give you guys my reactions. I'll put the link down in the description for you guys to see it. It was pretty fun. It was a genuine reaction. It wasn't fake. Nothing. Everything was real. Right? So guys, if you guys do like content like this, please remember to subscribe down to the channel, hit the like button, push the video out to more and more people who like stuff like you and me. So see you guys next time. Have a great day and peace.